right, and we're back. This is episode 139 of the Taproom podcast, and I'm your host, Mike. It is Sunday morning. The birds are chirping, Morgie's snoring, and it's GABF weekend. But before we jump into all that, this episode is with Sky Conley of Alestone Brewing out in Longwood, Florida. It's about 35 minutes away from Orlando. So if you guys are ever in the area, you guys definitely should go out there and check it out. There's a ton of great breweries out there that I'll mention after. But Alestone, man, it was honestly such an easy conversation. Like I walked up, and they told me where he was at. So I went and met up with Sky, and we started talking. And before we really knew it, we were talking about, his journey and stuff like that. But before we knew it, I think I mentioned it last week on the outro, we were talking about life and talking about anxiety and talking about dealing with issues and stuff like that. So we didn't obviously we talked about that stuff off air, but it just goes to show that me and Sky had never met, and we exchanged a couple DMs, exchanged a couple messages or direct messages or whatever, whatever, it's the same thing. We exchanged a couple messages when I was out in Texas. I was reaching out, wanting to see if I can get him on. And we made it happen. But outside of that, we had such a great conversation talking about his journey and about beer in general and stuff like that. And then we were off air, just being able to talk about other stuff like that. And it being like I said, it's something clicked right then and there, man. And it just felt so natural and so easy to be able to talk to him. And, we talked about his band, and we talked about, there's a great story. There's a fantastic story. I won't give it away what it is, but you will hear it on the interview and, during the interview. And it was just an awesome time. So looking forward to you guys listening to that. We're going to jump into GABF in a second. Just want to let you guys know, if you guys want to support the show, you can. There are t-shirts. It's taproompodcast.dashery.com. You can also, their link is in the bio as well. So if you wanted to go there, on Instagram, just at the Taproom Podcast. Also, if I know times are tough. My money isn't always readily available. If you can, either go to Apple Podcasts and you can go and give a 5-star review on there, or also on Spotify or Prime or whatever you listen on. They do have you can go in there and rate the show. The more, obviously, the more reviews we get, or the more reviews I get, the more they will put the product will put the show in front of more eyeballs. So, yeah. All right. And also, I just realized on Spotify, I realized it a few weeks ago that there's a comment section. I didn't know you can comment on episodes on Spotify. So, yeah, if you want to go in there and leave some comments, you can do that too. All right. Well, time to talk some GABF. First off, before we talk about any of the winners, I just wanted to say that, kudos to everyone that was out there. I wish I could have been there. But just for everyone that, that entered their beers and everybody that won, just congratulations, man. You guys are doing what you want to do in life. And to all the winners, and everybody, it's a testament, even with talking with Sky from Alestone, you can go anywhere in the country and find great beer. And it's because of everyone in this country that's willing to go out and chase what they want and make quality product. So kudos. I want to give a big shout out to obviously some of my buddies that won. Steven Torres, who just won the other day. Just had him on a couple episodes ago. It was 136, I think. I don't know, something like that. But Steven Torres of Gladiator won a bronze. Unsung. I text Mike. I was so happy for Mike from Unsung. I sent him a message. You won a gold. And I was like, fuck yeah, brother. And he just reached back. He's like, man, it's so nuts. I'm so happy. And I was like, kudos. Shout out to Mike from Unsung. Danny from Hop Saint. That's right, brother. Twinkle, twinkle. Ian from Ism won a gold. Paul from San Fernando. I think they won for a red, I want to say they won a gold for their red ale. Danny from Tustin. Obviously Tustin Brewery, I feel like every year he goes, he either wins one at WBC or he wins one at GABF. Guy's phenomenal. And also Oso Brewing. I don't know if you guys have ever, that was the episode where I was like, man, it's so loud, but there's such great people. And I try to go back and play with some stuff later, like when it comes to the audio on that episode. But shout out to Ozo in Phoenix, man, Maricopa County. I think that's how he said it on the episode. But, there's so many great breweries out there. And also Radiant, won a couple gold. I mean, I haven't had Radiant on, but these are just some people I haven't had on, but I'd love to have on. But I'm just honestly super happy for everybody, that won. But Radiant won a couple medals. Claremont, Jasper at Bottle Logic, right on, brother. Pizza Port won, I think, like 3. I think maybe it was 4. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look again. It's early. Machine Head out in Clovis won. I was like, dang, Machine Head makes some great sours and makes some good beer. Green Cheek, I think, won 3. I think they won like for a Saison, a stout of all things. And then I want to say they got like a silver, I think, for like a hazy. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look. But Taproom Beer Co., who's going to be on the show in a couple weeks. Taproom Beer Co. out in San Diego. Everywhere won. Los Molinos won. Made West won. So I'm super stoked. And also, I had a field correspondent out there at GABF, Art, LA_Brew_Life. He was out there. He got to go to GABF, and we were texting. It's like, man, if you have your mics. And we were talking about like recording with a couple of guests. So he got to talk to Cody Sherwood, former guest on the show, Less Hate More Lager podcast, great brewer. Let's see, it was Bobby Diaz of Old Muse Brewing, and then Will Perry from False Idol Brewing. So that'll be at the end after the interview. And it was really cool too. Like Art did a fantastic job. So thanks, buddy. And also with Will Perry, like it turned out he ended up winning 2 medals, I think it was. I'm pretty sure that's what, when I looked it up, he was like, yeah, he saw he won 2 medals. So look at that. Art's out there getting winners, baby. Twinkle, twinkle. All right. Well, this intro is going a little longer, but again, congrats to everyone that won this weekend. It's a testament to who you are, and it's a testament to the product you put out. So congrats. All right, we're going to jump into the episode with Sky. Hope you guys enjoy that and stay tuned for the outro. All right, guys, we're back in the tap room, and I'm your host, Mike. I have a very special guest on the show today. I have Sky Conley of Alestone Brewing out in Longwood, Florida. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks. Just landed about an hour ago. Drove straight here. Now I'm here with you. I'm having one of your IPAs. Which one's this one called?
It's called Jump Tree.
Okay. Yeah. What's the name of the behind the beer name on that one?
I don't know about everywhere, but in Florida, at least, we all grew up having a jump tree.
Okay.
So a tree near a lake that you would jump out of into.
Oh.
And if you have your beer in your hands, even better. So.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, can't go wrong with it. Well, cheers, man. Thank you for letting me come down and hang out with you for a bit.
I've lived in Florida my whole life, so that's all I know.
Oh, man. That is really good. And you said it comes in at 6%.
Yeah.
Man, that's an easy drinker.
Awesome.
That's delicious. So I always love to start with how'd your journey start, man? How did you start your craft beer journey?
So I was a programmer and graphic designer and had a recording studio. And then a friend of mine said, we should start making beer.
Okay.
And I'm like, we could do that?
That's real?
So I looked it up and I'm like, holy crap, we could do this.
Yeah.
So bought a bunch of books, learned as much as I could. And then we started homebrewing. And that quickly went awry.
Yeah.
And started brewing nonstop.
Okay.
Like 4 batches a day.
Wow.
And then he goes, we should open a brewery. And I go, you can do that?
Yeah. That's a thing?
Let me look into that.
Yeah.
All right. So turns out you can.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that was 15 years ago or so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. So, yeah, you said, and you guys opened up your brewery, and then where did it go from there? Like,
they're still open. They're doing great. Yeah.
Okay.
They're actually right down the road.
Oh, wow.
Same road, awkwardly. But yeah, they're still doing their thing. We parted ways. I ended up brewing at Disney for several years.
Oh, wow.
After that. And then COVID hit and Disney closed that brewery down for about 11 months.
Wow.
So during that 11 months, I mean, I was already looking at locations to open a brewery because I didn't really want to drive an hour to Disney every day.
Yeah.
I wanted my own place again. But when COVID happened, I was like, okay, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
So I looked at almost 200 different locations, and
wow,
go figure, I end up opening a brewery on the same road as it was years ago.
Yeah, you came back home.
Yeah, it's great seeing all my old regulars again, and
that's great.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Back on Ronald Reagan Boulevard.
There it is. And how long have you been here now?
We've been open 3.5 years, but it was 15 months of construction to get open.
Wow.
So it was dirt. It was a brand new building.
Oh, dang. Oh.
And during COVID, so there was shortages and
Mhm.
We had to source, iron pipes from Korea instead of, where we normally get them from.
Wow.
So it took 15 months. And then April 29th, I believe it was, of 2022, we did the grand opening, and it was a huge hit.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
How cool is that? I mean, and so you were at Disney too before that. Like, were you just brewing at? Did they have a brewery over there that you were brewing at? Or
Yeah,
what was it that they were?
They have one brew pub. It's called Big River.
Oh, okay.
They started out in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Okay.
I believe they opened another one elsewhere, and then eventually they got acquired by Gordon Biersch in Rock Bottom, that big mothership corporation.
Yeah.
But before that, they pitched an idea to Disney about putting a brew pub on Disney's boardwalk, and Disney was like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Oh, awesome.
So they were around for almost 30 years.
Jeez.
And I was there for their 21st anniversary. So I made a beer for their 21st birthday.
There you go.
But I was there for about, I think it was 4 years I was there for.
Wow.
Before COVID happened.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, in COVID, I feel like just shut everything down.
Yeah.
So.
Especially the theme parks.
Oh, I know. Yeah. And then I feel like breweries got the bad end of the deal. At least in California, they did. Was it pretty similar here?
Here, yeah, they closed, but we had some laws where you could go to a brewery and fill literally any container with beer. You can show up with a milk jug. You can show up with a soup container.
Wow.
So our governor allowed us to have that kind of thing temporarily.
Okay.
I personally was buying kegs from breweries. I wasn't home brewing anymore, so I was like, let me just buy a 5-gallon keg off of you.
There you go.
I'm not going to show up with a milk jug.
Yeah. Oh, man. So for Alestone, like, how did you come up with the name, and like, how'd that come up?
So when I was thinking of names, every good name I thought of was already taken.
Okay.
And the name I came up with for my previous brewery was so good that everybody knew the word, but never used it in their vocabulary.
Okay.
So when they heard that word, they immediately thought of the brewery.
Yeah.
I was trying to achieve that again.
Okay.
But everything was taken. So I just came up with a word, and I threw around like, I don't know, a dozen different names, but for some reason I kept going back to Alestone. Okay. And I figured eventually that I would probably get approached by lawyers from Stone Brewing. I did. But yeah, we're still open and everything's cool.
That's
so,
good.
No hate towards Stone.
Yeah. No, I mean, but that's cool. I mean, at least like there wasn't any, you didn't have to worry about any of the drama, even though there may have been a little, but I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Lawyers doing their job.
Yeah, it happens, right? Like, do you remember like the first craft beer you ever had, or like what kind of put you on that? Like, because I know you started brewing with your buddy, but did you guys try beer before that?
Yeah, the first craft beer I ever had, I was in Wyoming, and I was on a whitewater rafting excursion.
Okay.
On Snake River, and it was wild, and some people went overboard, and by the end of it, I was sunburnt. Everybody was just like, we're starving.
Yeah.
We totally need a beer. Where do we go?
Yeah.
Let's get a pizza. And Snake River Brewery was the first brewery.
Oh, wow.
The closest thing to where we were. And that was the first time I went to a brewery. That must have been 25 years ago. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, I walk in there and they had these beautiful copper kettles. Nothing was stainless steel. It was all copper.
Yeah.
And they had a beer called OB1, Organic Beer 1.
Okay.
And I ordered that and I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of fell in love with the whole concept of brewing and the beauty of all the copper. And I don't know. That's, I think, what did it for me. And then eventually my buddies started showing up to my house with different craft beers and kind of got me into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And isn't it funny? Like, yeah, once you start, it's like all downhill after that. Because once you're into it, and you're into it for life.
Yeah, it's a hobby gone wrong.
Definitely. So out here, like in Longwood, obviously, because it's I guess we would consider Greater Orlando.
They're trying to call it Orlando North.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're Seminole County. Orlando is Orange County.
Gotcha.
There's some sort of campaign to try to call this area Orlando North, but all the residents are like, no.
Yeah.
No, we're Longwood. We're Sanford. We're Winter Springs.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. So, like, what's the, I mean, so I know I kind of talked to you about this outside a little bit, but how, like what the craft beer community is like out here compared to like other, cities or states, stuff like that. Right. Yeah. What's it like out here?
Well, it took a long time for Florida in general to catch up with the rest of the country. Mm-hmm. in the 90s, there was a wave in the country of breweries opening with, Sierra Nevada and Sam Adams, Boston Beer Company, sorry.
Yeah.
And then that wave tapered off, and then it happened again in the the late 2000s. But Florida only had a handful of breweries in the entire state. Central Florida only had one.
Yeah.
So when I decided, let's open a brewery, I think it was about 2010, we said we're going to do it. It took till 2012 to open.
Wow.
We were the second brewery in town.
Wow.
But now there's close to 40, and that's 14 years later.
Wow.
So we took forever to catch up, but once brands like Cigar City came out and just blew everybody's socks off with how dialed in their beers were and the variety and style, Florida was like, all right, let's up our game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great because honestly, sometimes even in California, like there's certain cities, or at least initially, like, early 2010s, like mid 2010s, where cities were like, oh no, we don't want a brewery in our city because they think it's like a bar, and it's not. It's completely different. It's people coming together over beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite part. They come from all walks of life. You're hanging out with a lawyer, you're hanging out with a janitor, you're hanging out with a computer programmer.
Yeah.
And they're all becoming friends over the beer and the food.
Oh, yeah.
But they're completely different, they would never have met before. That's probably my favorite part. And at the first brewery, I insisted to have no televisions.
Okay.
So you had to talk to each other.
That's great.
And those people are still friends to this day.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's why even for something like this, like a lot of times I don't know the person. I just reach out, and I reached out to you Wednesday. We're talking Friday.
Yeah. Right.
And I've always equated it to that. So that to your point of what you said about how once you meet someone in a brewery and you can find that commonality about either about your beer style, or maybe you're in the same football team or, baseball team or anything like that. And then you end up talking for hours and you don't even realize all the time's gone.
Yeah.
So
everybody finds something in common with somebody. And I've noticed the other day hanging behind the bar that get a lot of retired veterans.
Oh, that's awesome.
That click together and, call each other. Let's go to Alestone.
Yeah.
Even though one was in the Navy, one was in the Army.
Yeah.
But they got something to talk about.
That's great. And I'm always, anything I could do for veterans or ex-military or anything like that. Cause a lot of my family's military.
Awesome.
So yeah, I always try to support veteran owned businesses and stuff.
Absolutely.
Like that. I know we're talking about the craft beer scene on here. I'm always curious though too, like what gets consumed the most kind of in any particular region. Cause I know there's some, I never knew until I talked to a buddy in Montana. He's like, dude, all they drink is Scotch ales out here.
No shit.
Yeah, I was like,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm always wondering if there's a style that you see that gets drank more throughout the year and stuff like.
So historically, it was always our lightest beer, our lightest lager, called Standard Classic.
Okay.
And obviously the IPAs reign supreme as far as any other flavor other than light beer.
Yeah.
I make one called Pelican Nightmares that is almost a double IPA.
Okay.
But when it runs out, people are pissed. Very pissed. Ask the bartender.
Yeah.
So when she found out that it's coming back Tuesday, she's like, I'm texting everybody.
Yeah. You got to put a blast out on social media.
Yeah. In Florida, it's interesting though, because it makes sense for the fruited sours to be a hit because it's so hot here.
Oh, of course. That makes sense.
But imperial stouts are a huge thing in Florida, which is crazy because it's so hot.
Yeah.
But again, I think people like Cigar City putting out Hunapoo and just showing everybody what quality imperial stout is.
Yeah.
All right, we got to do that too. So I do that as well, and people, come for that. But once I made the first time I made a Czech style Pilsner and called it Love You Dude for a customer.
Yeah.
It exploded. And now that's our number one seller.
Oh, okay.
So if I turn around, I bet everybody's drinking that right now. Yeah.
Dude, I love a good Pils when they're done right. And that's one of the things I always try to tell people too, especially if they like the lighter beers, I'll tell them hey, try if you go to a brewery and you're maybe not the biggest craft beer fan, try a Pilsner or lager. And if that's good, odds are everything else that they make is going to be pretty good.
Absolutely. You can't hide behind the flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah. A good made Pilsner or lager, shows a good brewer.
Love that. I'm going to have to try that Love You Dude after.
Yeah, I'm going for it too.
There you go. So there's a little something I like to do called Flight School. So if someone was coming in off the street and they're like, hey, never really been to the brewery before, what flight would you give them? What 4 beers or 5 beers?
So for me, I usually ask what kind of beer they drink normally.
Okay.
Kind of get a gauge on if they even know beer that well or not.
Yeah.
And, when they say something like, I don't like ales or lagers, then I'm like, okay, you don't know beer at all. Let's start with food. What do you like to eat?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, if you like salad, we'll go with a Saison. If you like steak, we'll go with a brown ale. And I'll just like kind of assemble something for their palate.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the end, they're like, wow, these are really good. I never would have tried a Dubai chocolate imperial stout before.
Yeah.
So knowing how to pair food and beer kind of helps with figuring out what their palate is for.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people just stick with sours only.
Yeah.
A lot of people stick with IPAs only.
Mm-hmm.
We have a customer that sticks to German beer only.
Okay.
So the bartenders do a great job of remembering who likes what and just letting them know, hey, got to try this one now because I know you're going to love that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's great, though, because when bartenders can, even when it comes to beer education, I feel like that's super important.
Absolutely.
Because then once you do that, once you kind of build a trust with either a random customer or the community that you already have, like your regulars and stuff like that, once you build that trust, they're going to want to keep coming back and they're going to tell their friends.
For sure.
And word of mouth is so important.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
It's the best.
Oh, yeah. Wanted to go back. So I know you'd open up the brewery. We said it was about 15 years ago, right? The initial one. So
when it was 2012. So
13 years.
13, going on 14 years. Yeah.
Guess I can't do math. But when you were home brewing, do you remember your first style that you brewed?
Yeah, it was a Scottish export.
Okay.
That I got a kit in a box kind of thing. But then so back then my family would draw names out of a hat for Christmas. And you had to make a gift for somebody.
Okay.
Don't spend a bunch of money. Just make a gift for somebody.
Yeah.
And that's when I wanted to start brewing craft beer. So I pulled my sister's name, and she's Scottish.
Okay.
Well, she's my stepsister. I'm Irish.
Yeah.
She's Scottish.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to make a beer for you. And then I looked up her lineage, and, their juniper was for some reason associated with the McLeods and this and that. So I made a Scottish export with juniper berries in it.
Okay.
And it didn't suck.
Oh, there you go.
I was like, okay.
Not bad.
I don't know if she liked it, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I kept doing it. A lot of people, their first batch sucks and they just give up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and that's when you have that passion and that, the commitment to something, you just have to, you're not going to let yourself fail. Yeah. Yeah. And I love that. That's why I love talking to brewers. Because it's always it's never good enough. You want to keep striving for more, and
absolutely.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not trying to grow in life, then what's the point?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to drill in my son's head right now. Don't give up, man.
Yeah.
Don't get discouraged.
Oh, exactly. I mean, because you're going to fail. There's going to be certain points in life where eventually, where someone, or me, I don't know how many times I've failed in life, but I just keep plugging away.
Life's hard, man.
Yeah.
Just keep on trucking.
Exactly. Zach, do you think we can grab that Czech Pils?
Let's do it.
All right, we're back. We got the Czech style Pils. I've already had a drink out of it. It's phenomenal. And what's the ABV on this? Because it tastes super light, but it is also super flavorful.
4.5.
Oh, crushable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my brother used to say, when way back when we had a show together, he'd be like, well, I could probably crush 17, 18 of these.
Right? Yeah, we have fun with fruited sours and imperial stouts that have cinnamon buns and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I like beer-flavored beer.
Yeah.
And a lot of our regulars are our regulars because we just have beer-flavored beer as well.
Yeah.
But then the girls come for, the
yeah,
blackberry, raspberry, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and you got to cater to the masses, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I always feel like sometimes, I mean, not to there's some brewers out there oh, no, I just want to make my styles and that's it. But you can't do that, at least not nowadays. Where before, with the Stones and all the other stuff,
right. Before
you could do that and people wanted to go out and get the dankiest thing that they could drink.
Right.
Which is fine. And everybody, there's a beer for everyone out there.
Absolutely.
So I always say, find your beer at the end of every episode.
When somebody says, I don't like beer, I said, there's a beer out there for you. You just haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
And it's usually a fruited sour.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's easy to convert somebody when you know what they eat.
Oh, yeah.
And just how many different kind of beer styles there are.
Oh, yeah. And I feel like even for when hazies blew up, I felt like that was kind of almost an introductory beer too, because you got that super juicy kind of citrusy flavors that would come through, like the pineapples and all that sort of stuff. And anything to get more people into tap rooms and stuff like that. if you can make it, and because we're seeing even, I'm not sure if you guys are seeing it here. Did you guys see us like the seltzers out here a lot? Or
I eventually had to start making them.
Yeah.
They go over very well. I'm not a seltzer drinker myself. What I did find interesting, though, is before I decided I was going to start making seltzers, you know, because you have to have a variety for the masses, I started drinking seltzers, and I tried every brand I can come across, every flavor I can come across. And no matter what brand it was, after 2, I had a splitting headache.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, that doesn't happen with beer.
Yeah.
What's going on here? So eventually I started making seltzers and, you know, did a white peach and passion fruit seltzer and chili pepper watermelon seltzers.
Oh, wow.
But once the first one came out, I'm like, all right, here's the test.
Yeah.
And I drank 5 of them and didn't get a headache.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I know how I'm making mine.
Yeah.
Apparently I can only drink mine.
Yeah.
But I'm a beer guy. So.
Yeah. No, but it's crazy. That's like maybe there was something else. Like there was some other additive that maybe like the bigger companies were doing. Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
Mine has 3 ingredients. So.
Oh, that's great though. I mean, yeah, the simpler the better, right? I mean, anytime, like even for me, like we talk beer flavored beer.
Yeah.
If I can have that, but I love like any type of Pilsner or lager, like even some of the stuff that like what's really popular in California is like the West Coast Pilsners or like the hoppy Pilsners and stuff like that. And they're so good and they're so crushable. It's like you don't want to, like, because you're still getting that IPA feeling to it, but it's still super light.
Are they calling it IPLs over there?
You'll see some breweries call them IPLs, but a lot of times they're just calling them like West Coast Pills or West Coast Lager or stuff like that.
I like that. Well, that's the other beauty of beers. Like you can just create a style and see if it catches on, like the hazies. You know, it started out as New England IPA and then it evolved into hazy IPA. We have a style called Florida Vice, but then I go to another town or another state and they have their version of the same thing. They call it a Chattanooga Vice, you know. Fruited sour.
There you go. One of those this one of the segments I always love to talk about. It's called the 4-pack.
Okay.
So what's the one beer, the first beer in the 4-pack is, first question is, what's the one beer that never leaves your fridge?
Ooh. So I don't go to beer stores.
Okay.
I just hit the gas station on the way home.
Oh, there it is.
So the selection is limited.
Okay.
But there's nothing like a good old Modelo at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Modelo is always the last thing I have at the end of the night. But it's funny. I was not much of an IPA drinker through my whole brewing tenure.
Yeah.
But again, Cigar City, they put out Jai Alai, crushed it. It became the fastest selling beer, fastest growing beer brand in America. And they got bought out several times. They did their thing. But yeah, these days, Jai Alai is always in my fridge as well.
Okay.
Which is weird because I was not an IPA guy.
Yeah.
It's a solid beer.
Yeah. But hey, you found your beer.
Yeah. IPA Modelo, always in the fridge.
There you go. All right, second one in the 4-pack is, if you weren't in beer, what would you be doing?
Probably back to graphic design and programming, but music was always my passion.
Yeah.
I had a recording studio on the side. I was playing concerts. I was in touring bands. That's really where my heart is.
Okay.
So when it went to brewing, all my musicians friends told me I kind of like turned my back on the music industry.
Oh,
and I'm like, no, it's just too busy now.
Yeah.
But after 20 years, the band's getting back together. Here we go. Yeah. And it's funny because the style we were playing is making a comeback and we're starting to like blow up on Spotify now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah. So they want to put out the unreleased album now.
There it is. And it was a metal band, right?
It was a metal band. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have that. So you said it's on Spotify?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to write it down for you because I'll listen to it on the way back.
Sure.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think that's what you might be like the second person ever I've talked to where they've had a band on the side and they're like, oh, you got to check out our stuff. And it was, what was his name? I'll think about it later. But there was another guy who was like, yeah, we're on Spotify. Oh, no, I was in South Texas, like deep, like 15 minutes from the border. I was out there for work. And Andrew Crow was his name. And he was just like, he's like, yeah, man, I'm in a band. We play every so often. And, and just, I was like, man, all right. So I checked out his stuff as well. I was like, hey, I like it. And I like metal too. So that's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
You'll probably dig it.
Okay. What did you do? Were you a front man? What were you?
I was a guitarist.
Okay.
But at the time, so when I had the recording studio, right before I closed it down to open the brewery, I was in 3 bands at one time.
Oh, wow.
Played bass in one, guitar in the other, and singer in the other.
Wow.
All in one little spot.
Dang.
And they were all metal of some sort, but one was an instrumental jazz metal band. The other one was like a pop metal band that I sang in, and I played bass in like this grindcore, progressive, I don't know how to label it, kind of metal.
Okay.
But yeah, that metal and jazz are my jam, and music is my passion.
That's great.
Can't wait to get back.
There it is. That'll be for you. Yeah, getting the band back together.
Yeah. I changed out my tubes in my amp the other day, so getting closer.
There it is. There it is. Where are you guys going to be playing?
We're just going to jam and try to remember the songs from 20-something years ago.
Okay.
The recording studio is right down the street that we're going to record the unreleased album, because I did all the pre-production at my studio.
Okay.
So just listen to it, remember what we did, and, let's do that again, but in a better studio.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the singer died, so we're going to have to, and he was super, super talented. So if we continue as that name, people are going to have some qualms and some beef with, like, that's not the same singer.
Yeah.
Because he was so good. But we want to do it, and the people want to hear what we never recorded and put out.
It's exciting, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, you got a badass brewery here, and then you got that on this. You're doing that too. I mean, there's jack of all trades. There you go. Question number 3 is: you get a collab with any brewery. Like, who is it, and what would you make? It could be any brewery in the world.
Any brewery in the world.
It could be local too, wherever.
It would be kind of cool to do a collab with my old brewery.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be weird. But any brewery in the world, Cantillon is like up there, but I would probably say somebody like just Sam Calagione, like brew with Dogfish, man.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
They were a huge inspiration when I was getting into craft beer. So
that's great.
Go back to the beginning, right?
Yeah, and that was one of the things I was going to ask you too. Is like if you had any brewers or breweries that influenced you too.
Yeah, Dogfish was a huge inspiration. Cigar City was a huge inspiration. There wasn't a whole lot of breweries pushing the envelope at the time, but Anchor Steam was like the beer to drink.
Yeah, of course.
But then they would put out, Dogfish would put out something like Raison d'Etre, and I'm like, what is this awesomeness?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's been over a decade, so I'm trying to remember, but yeah, I'd probably go with Dogfish, just a cult classic of experimental weirdness. I like getting weird.
Oh, same. I mean, like I'm always willing to try any style like that comes out. There's some that I know I'm like, all right, well, may not like this one, but it doesn't mean I'm not gonna try it, because that may be that version of that style that I may like.
And I do the same thing with brewing. People will make suggestions. You should make a pickle sour beer.
Yeah. And
I'm like, no, I would never do. And then I did, and they loved it. And I'm like, well, shit, you were right. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's so popular right now too. I feel like the pickle, a buddy of mine, Mike, he has a brewery called Unsung in not far from Disneyland. And he won, I think, a silver at a World Beer Cup.
Awesome.
It's called the Pickler or something like that.
That's quite an achievement.
Yeah, and it was like a Mexican lager, but with pickle brine in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went sour with it. So it was technically a Goza because it was briny, salty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And I'm not a pickle guy myself, but I'm like, I always appreciate the styles. I always try them just to, to support. But.
For sure. That's how I ended up with Highlight in my fridge.
There you go. So I made a detour on that question. So there's actually the 4th question in the 4-pack is, what's your guilty pleasure that you secretly or not so secretly love?
In beer
or in just in life?
In life? Guilty pleasure.
Is there a TV show or a song that you like that maybe you're like, I don't want my friends to hear this.
I don't watch TV. All right, guilty pleasure. I'm a metal guy.
Yeah.
But I do have a weak spot for like a really good chick folk band.
Okay. Hey, nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. They're really good writers, really talented musicians. And when the note hits just right, I'm like, damn, that was good.
There you go. I mean, I'm the same. I love Reba.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I grew up on country.
There it is. Yeah. And I don't think I've ever said that on the show. So there's a first. But yeah, I love country. Like George Strait, to me is always king.
That's how I learned how to play guitar. My uncle taught me how to play guitar, and he was in a country band, and Brooks and Dunn wanted to hire him.
Oh, shit.
And he turned him down for some reason.
It's like, how do you turn down Brooks and Dunn?
Yeah, he wanted to do his own thing, and his band was awesome, but that's how I learned.
Oh, man, that's cool. I mean, Brooks and Dunn, Red Dirt Road is still probably one of my favorite songs of all time. It's just a fantastic new song.
Yeah.
So, but there's so many, they have so many great ones. So,
right?
Yeah. Oh, man. Dude, I can drink this all day.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's so good. We're there, man. One thing I always love to ask, I'm always curious, because especially because I'm not sure, how big of a town is Longwood?
Not very big at all.
Okay.
The square miles, I'm not exactly sure, but you could probably get to one side of Longwood to the other side in 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. The only reason I ask is because I'm always curious, if it is a smaller town or something like that, how do you incorporate the local culture into the brewery kind of thing?
So that's the cool thing about Longwood. It's very residential and it's very commercial at the same time.
Okay.
There's a lot of industrial buildings across the street from houses. And then lots of kids playing sports. We got baseball teams that we sponsor, football teams. We're about to hang all their jerseys that they gave us on the walls. Our logo is, the railroad track that runs behind the brewery. We're very Longwood driven. Right across the street it's called Ryder Park, and that's where they do the farmers markets and have concerts, different kind of festivals. There's a strawberry festival, or Greek festival, or whatever kind of. We end up getting overflow from that all the time because it's right across the street. But we try to embrace it as well.
Of course.
Every December, they shut down the road right in front of us and do the Christmas parade.
Okay.
So instead of getting mad that they shut down the road, we tell people, get here early. We'll set up tables out front, drink a beer while you watch the parade.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Maybe we'll be in the parade someday. I don't know.
Yeah, there it is. We'll try to get the train to come around.
Yeah.
Or get a float of the train of the float.
Right.
Or float of the train, I mean. No, but man, that's super cool. And you know what? I was even just obviously looking at the logo. It almost reminded me of a lighthouse, right there, with the train tracks and everything like that.
Yeah. I think it's called a cupola.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I know, but it's an awesome logo. And I was like, that's why one of the reasons why when I first saw it, because a buddy of mine told me it was like, hey man, you got to check that place out because it's really good. I was like, awesome. All right, yeah. It was like, anytime I can do that, and
cheers to your buddy.
Yeah. And also, cheers to you, man, for making a phenomenal product. And I reached out, and I think it was 5 minutes later, you were like, yeah, come down. I was like, sweet.
I was literally brewing when you texted me, but I always keep my phone in my back pocket.
Yeah, there it is. Oh man, I love that though, because, and we were talking about it, before, how we can sit here and have a conversation and,
Hell yeah.
It's the best. There's nothing better than, at least in my eyes, than the craft beer industry.
Beer brings so many people together, all walks of life that you never, would ever come across before.
Oh yeah. I wanted to ask you about hops because I'm curious of what you have in this one or in the Czech Pilsner, but I'm also curious so maybe favorite hops or because I know Crush is huge right now, but I'm not sure what do you prefer to brew with or
sure.
Yeah.
Well, in this Czech Pilsner, it's 100% Saaz. I'm trying to keep it traditional.
Love it.
The IPA you had before that was Cascade, Centennial, and I can't remember.
You're good.
That's why I got a computer to keep everything organized for me.
No,
but
good.
As far as a favorite hop goes, I'm a pineapple junkie.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't eat pineapple. So Citra is amazing to me.
Yeah.
So our best-selling IPA is 100% Citra IPA.
Ooh.
And that's the one that people get pissed off when it runs out.
Yeah.
And I don't think they realize that's why.
Yeah.
It's if you find a really good hop, just dump all of that into that beer.
Yeah.
Bell's Two Hearted. That's what they did. That was the number one IPA for years, and it still might be. But they just took Centennial hops and just dumped them in there.
Yeah.
That's one hop.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love single hop beers.
Yeah.
But you just at least in California, you don't see a ton of breweries do it. There's times where you'll see 6, 7 hops in there, and which is fine. I love that too. But I love it when you can have a single hop because then you can kind of find those notes. And then you can put it next to say something that has 4 or 5, and you can almost try to find that
for sure
within it. And it's great.
I feel like sometimes they do that because they'll add a bunch of hops because every year the crop is a little bit different.
Of course, yeah.
So if next year the beer tastes different, people might complain.
Yeah.
But if you blend a bunch, then it's kind of like dealing with a parametric EQ where you can tweak and get these different nuances of flavors, and that's the beer in my fridge.
Yeah.
I think High Life is made with 7 different hops.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's delicious.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah. I wish that brewers would bring that back a little bit. Though.
Yeah.
Just especially like almost like as an introductory kind of thing.
Right.
Because then you know whether if it's something like Citra, you taste Citra or you taste that beer and you're like, okay, that's what Citra is.
Yeah.
And then you can go to something else and be like, okay, well, that's what that is. And then having, distinguishing the difference between the two.
And when people say, dude, this is the best IPA I ever had, I'm like, what if you imagine having it this year when that crop was just phenomenal?
Yeah.
I'm not too happy with it this year because it doesn't taste as pineapple-y as it did a few years ago. But, teach their own.
Yeah. But isn't it crazy too how like you can grow hops in one region, like the same hop, and then grow it in like, one state over or like a few towns over, but depending on the rain and stuff like that, you might get different flavor profiles. To me, it's so awesome, but it's also so crazy at the same time.
And it's frustrating for the farmers.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet.
There's flash sales all the time because, there was a drought or there was too much rain or, but you can't manipulate the weather.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't control the weather from a farmer standpoint.
Yeah. And I'm always curious too because of that. Like, have you ever done like a hop selection or anything like that?
As far as what? Like a contract?
Or just going to like, the big thing. Or maybe not like Yakima because I know Yakima's all the way over there.
Right, going out and picking them out.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity a few times. I'm just too busy to go do something like that.
Yeah.
And personally for me, I know people like to rub the hops in their hands and smell them.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's not the same experience as the final product.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole, after it gets boiled, the alpha acids are separated from the beta acids, and it's a whole different experience from when you were in the farm rubbing it in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
I like to know what the final product tastes like.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I always think of like when I was
isomerization. That was the word.
Go.
Isomerization.
I always remember the commercials, the Sam Adams commercials as a kid.
Yeah.
Was it Jim? No, was it Jim
Cook?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Jim Cook. I think it was his name. But when he's rubbing them together in the commercials and he's putting it, I was like, oh man, that looks so cool. And I was like maybe 7 or 8 years old, but still seeing him like, oh man,
that guy's got the job.
Yeah, that guy's, you can do that.
Right.
I was like, if I could do that and work at Blockbuster at the same time, I'm in business. That was my dream as a kid. So.
Right. Hell yeah.
Oh man. Let's see. One of the things I always love to ask somebody is like your favorite brew day of all time, and then your worst brew day of all time.
Okay, that's easy. But people usually ask me what's your favorite beer to brew, which is not what they expect.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's do that one first then, and then we'll jump into the brew day. If it all goes together, then perfect.
My favorite beer to brew is the easiest one. It's an easy day.
Yeah.
So something like this, Love You Dude, standard classic. But my favorite things to drink are the hardest to brew. Issues with overflowing mash tuns or boilovers and kettles. The Imperial Stouts, the Scotch Ales, Belgian Quads. They're a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Especially when you have like a 3 to 4 hour boil.
Yeah.
Your day just got extended. You have so much grain, the mash tun's almost overflowing.
Yeah.
You just got to babysit it, and everything has to go just right for your day not to get wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's done, that's a very tasty beer, and that's the one I want to drink.
There it is. Love that. What was the worst? We'll do worst brew day you've ever had.
Worst brew day? That would probably be one of the Imperial Stout days. It was, I think, the only time I got a stuck mash, and I didn't want to call it. I didn't want to dump it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, son, listen, you persevere.
Yeah.
You go. Keep on. It was an 18-hour brew day. But the beer came out awesome.
That's great.
It was a pain in the ass. We had to figure out what to do to save the beer.
Yeah.
And even though I was exhausted, it got made, and it was delicious.
That's great.
That day sucked.
Yeah. So, with the suck mash, because I always know, like, rice hulls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But was it, like, what was... Because, you were able to save it. What was the yield on it?
Oh, man, this was back when we were on a 10-barrel system. I think I was doing a half batch. We probably ended up with 4 instead of 5 barrels.
Okay.
Because there was a 4-hour boil after the stuck mash. So it's like, as soon as the problem was solved, it's like, okay, now we got to wait 4 more hours because I wanted this certain viscosity and thickness and gravity to it. Motor oil.
Yeah, that's what happens.
But yeah, as soon as you think the day's over, nope.
Oh, man. Oh, that's a great story. Should we grab another beer?
Absolutely.
All right, we're back. Took a little break there. But man, it was, we were talking about Drinking Buddies. We were talking, the movie. We were talking about a bunch of other stuff and how, you had a, movie shot here or in the walk-in.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's fascinating to me.
Yeah. When people want to shoot films, it's an awesome experience. But when they need to manipulate how the environment is, things can go wrong. Can we shut the walk-in cooler off?
Yeah. You're like, no problem. And then now a couple hours later, you're like, there's a problem.
Yeah. The beer's warm, guys.
Yeah.
But I hope the movie got picked up.
Yeah. And being in Florida, obviously, we would expect it to be a little warm, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I was looking at the beer menu. I'm drinking, so this is the other IPA, but I'm also drinking the Standard Light.
Standard Classic.
Standard Classic,
That's
sorry.
Our number one. It's always tap number one out of our 20 taps because it's always on rotation when somebody walks in and says, do you have a Bud Light?
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing they're in a brewery. Or do you have, you make anything like Coors?
Yeah.
We always hand them a number one and they're always happy.
Yeah.
So that's why I called it Standard Classic, because it's the one that we all grew up on, mowed your grass to, sat by the pool by.
Oh, yeah. I love the mowed your grass reference there because my buddy Mike, I know I mentioned him earlier from Unsung, he wrote, he called a beer, was it the Lawnmower Man? No, it's not Lawnmower Man. But he made a beer just about his dad, and the label was his dad mowing the grass. And it was so cool, but it was his dad was fighting the weeds and stuff like that because it was a comic book inspired.
And he's probably putting down PBRs.
Oh, yeah. And that's what he called it. It was a super crushable, light Pilsner. And it's great. Yeah. I love stories like that.
Yeah. And it wasn't, honestly, I never made anything like that until I worked at Disney.
Okay.
And brewing at Disney, that was an absolute must.
Yeah.
If that beer ran out, you were super trouble.
Yeah.
Because we had tourists from all around the world just coming for, that lightest beer you got.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's where I really gained appreciation for lagers and how to fine tune them. So I carried over to here.
It's great, man.
Yeah.
And I was looking at when we were walking out, I saw the different labels you guys have for your cans and stuff.
Yeah.
The art, because artwork is so important. And you have some fantastic artwork.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, who does, is it your son that does the art, or who does the art for you?
Honestly, AI. Once I found AI,
yeah,
dude. So I used to be a graphic designer, and I used to do beer labels. And it would take me days or weeks to just perfect it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I reached out to an artist in California. He did these phenomenal art pieces with ballpoint pen.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted to commission him to do our labels. And he was like, absolutely. You don't even have to pay me. Just send me the beer.
Yeah.
And then I discovered AI, and I'm like, let me just check this out. Oh, shit.
Yeah. There it goes.
If you just give it the right keywords, you could save a lot of time.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I'm making beer instead of being a graphic designer now.
Yeah. Oh, no. Talking about, because we were talking about music a bit when we were talking about behind the beer names or behind the tunes.
Right.
What are some of, because I know Love You Dude, obviously, because we're talking about that one. But what are some of the other names, or what are some of the other stories behind the beer names?
Some of the names, I have a list on my phone of just ideas for names.
Yeah.
And it's a very long list. And when I decide I'm going to pick from that list, I look it up and make sure it hasn't been taken. A lot of times somebody had the same idea.
Yeah.
And okay, let's move on. So one of our best-selling beers is called Pelican Nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
But in my phone, it was called Whale Dreams.
Okay.
And it's not that Whale Dreams was taken. It's that I felt like that needed to be a big barrel-aged Belgian quad or something. But this was a double IPA. Let me change the animal and the dream.
Okay.
Pelican Nightmares.
Yeah.
And now everybody's like, that's the fucking beer.
That's the name.
Yeah. Sometimes it is pokes at the industry.
Yeah.
Like trendy letters.
Yeah.
What's everybody doing? NEIPA,
Yeah.
What are you drinking? You're drinking Dankrupt the System.
Okay.
So that was me having fun with AI again. And I just gave it a bunch of descriptors of what hops we're using.
Mhm.
And that's what it gave me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Dankrupt the System. What else are we?
Oh, you had the the one label you had was the triple dry hopped, triple fruited.
That's the trendy letters. Yeah. I love beer, but the industry gets wonky sometimes with, what's everybody doing? Let's throw all the fruits and all the things in there. We got to be trendy. So let's do that.
Yeah.
And it actually came out really good and people love it.
It's great.
And it's 10%. So it does its job.
Yeah.
But, like Love You Dude, that was for a customer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking Flea Circus right now, which is our Oktoberfest Marzen.
Okay.
And the name comes from back in the day, Oktoberfest actually had a flea circus.
Oh, okay.
They would tie tiny little wagons to fleas.
Really?
And make them do circus tricks. And it's a silly name, but all the good names are taken.
Yeah.
So let's just roll with it.
Yeah. The flea circus thing reminds me of like A Bug's Life or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Tying it back to Disney.
Pretty much.
I love that. Oh, so I want to I know you're a music guy. Like, so I was going to ask you taproom tunes, but I was like, what, do you listen to metal when you're brewing or?
When I'm brewing?
Yeah.
So I used to listen to metal and jazz constantly when I was brewing.
Okay.
As of late, I listen to mostly, I call it white boy reggae.
Okay.
I call it
like Revolution.
Cali,
okay.
Revolution, Cali reggae. And an artist out of London that ties in jazz, funk, blues, and hip hop.
Okay.
He's sick. And I'm slowly trying to convince all my metal musicians to start playing stuff like that.
Okay.
But once I play a track, they're like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
So
what's the name?
His name is Tom Mish.
Okay.
Out of London.
Yeah.
He's done collabs with De La Soul.
Wow.
He's done collabs with so many artists, but he is very, very talented. He's got to be in his early 20s. This kid is just phenomenal.
Wow.
He's a guitarist, singer, but knows how to write really good songs that make you feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the end of the game. Like, a lot of people think metal is for being mad. Metal makes me happy.
Yeah.
And I listen to brutal metal. Dillinger Escape Plan, Converge, just things that people assume are angry music. It makes me happy. But I also listen to all sorts of music. So when I hear a really good song, let's do that.
Yeah. Like
jazz and funk. And
yeah.
I mean, disco got a bad rap. I'm not a disco fan, but he even sprinkles in a little disco, and I'm like, that made the song.
Wait, when it's done right.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like beer. When it's done right,
yep,
it's good.
When it's done right, exactly.
Yep. Well, maybe some of your, because I know it's a loaded question, but like maybe top 5 bands, like, or maybe like that from your childhood or whenever.
Top 5 bands. Shit.
I loved Kiss growing up. Like, I still do, but I mean, I loved Kiss growing up.
I'm not going to lie. I don't like Kiss.
That's all good.
I get it. You want to rock and roll all night. Party every day.
Exactly.
Pantera.
Yeah, classic. Yeah.
Sepultura. Meshuggah. Converge. Dillinger Escape Plan. But that's just the metal side.
Yeah. But then I love that name, though, too. Dillinger Escape Plan.
Yeah.
Because of,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's bands like that where, and Glassjaw. Glassjaw was always a favorite. It's bands that change the style and invent their own sound.
Yeah.
And stick out. Like, we don't belong to any of this subgenre and create their own. That's what really gets me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like you, though, because like, not like you don't have to, or at least just from us talking, I don't feel like you need to stick to any traditional style. Like you will, like you're going to forge your own way.
Sure. Yeah. I've tried to create a few styles myself. Some of them caught on, some didn't.
Yeah. But it's life, right?
Yeah. Life's hard.
I would say twinkle, twinkle, baby. Whatever happens, happens. I love one of my favorite bands of all that is always Rage. I love Rage Against the Machine. I grew up listening to them, but like when it came to like hardcore or anything like that, I loved like Parkway Drive. I loved August Burns Red.
Word.
I would listen to them a lot. But then like, I feel like with my group of friends, or like I loved Disturbed when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like I still listen to them now, but not as often. But when I was listening to them, like I can't listen to that with your friends. Oh, at least my friends, I couldn't listen to. Like, what the fuck are we listening to? We're just trying to go on a drive. And it's like they'd be like, turn the shit off.
Yeah.
But you know.
Oh, so I've exposed my kids to music very early on.
Oh, there, yeah. So
and
yeah,
I'm
you
so
got
proud of their playlists.
There you go.
Yeah. So when I blare the music in the car, they're like, yeah.
There it is. But even like earlier, they were playing like Blind Melon, like 90s alt rock. And like, that's like wheelhouse for me.
Yeah.
All wheelhouse.
The bartender has free reign of the music right now.
There it is.
Otherwise, it would be Tom Mission, White Boy Reggae right now.
There you go. Another question I want to ask you. If you can have one beer with any either historical figure or sports figure, anybody ever in the world, who would you want to have beer with?
Any historical figure. Well, I don't follow sports at all.
Yeah.
I just rather play it.
Oh, yeah, it could be a musician too. Like whoever you want to have beer with.
Well, I've gotten to do that.
Okay.
So I could check that off the bucket list. But like any historical figure, I don't know if he drank beer, but I know he drank whiskey.
Okay.
Nikola Tesla.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I can't. He did speak English, so we can communicate.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to pick a brain and drink a beer with him, but he was a whiskey guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, Tesla, like, he's always fascinated me because, I mean, growing up, like, as a kid, like, all you ever hear about is Thomas Edison.
Right.
Right? When it comes to electricity or any of that stuff. And, like, we use Tesla's ideas. Like, we'll use Tesla's idea.
Yeah. We can go down the rabbit hole.
Oh, dude, for sure. And what was cool about it, because, I mean, the first time I had ever really, maybe not heard his name, but, like, learned more about him was because I watched The Prestige back in the day with Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman.
Nice.
I watched that, I was like, who is this guy? Yeah. Like, that I've never heard of.
And he worked for Edison. And
yeah.
Edison stole all the shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So I went and did a deep dive.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, he's so fascinating.
Yeah.
And like all the stuff that he did. And I'm just like, dude, like, man, that's like a lot of the shit we use today are his ideas that he had.
Still to this day.
Yeah.
And still coming out new things that he invented.
Yeah, he eventually wanted to make Wi-Fi too, and was trying to do that. Like, how crazy is that?
He invented wireless electricity.
Yeah,
but that was taken away. But now we have phones that we can put on a little thingy and charge it without a wire.
Yep,
that's his patent.
Yeah,
that JP Morgan stole.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna get shot for saying.
No, no, man. I love like anything that has to do with like like history in general, but U.S. history. Like I love doing like. Going into all of that, just because I mean, like you should know where you came from and stuff like that. And we were talking a little bit about it outside too.
Sure.
You want to tell the barrel story?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was for the last 20 plus years just fascinated with the art of making a barrel.
Yeah.
And I haven't done it yet, but I've been wanting to for so long. Like literally cut down a tree, shave all the staves by hand, make the rings, put a barrel together. And about 5 years ago, I was exploring my family tree, and I never knew my grandfather on my mother's side. He died before I was born, but I found thousands of articles about this guy. He was very successful doing so many things, but he was a cooper making barrels. And then his father was a cooper making barrels.
Yeah.
And it was like this long lineage of barrel makers, coopers.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, is this like in my DNA? Is that why I want to do this? I'm still going to do it. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
But that was kind of like a moment of, wow, maybe it's part of my blood. I don't know.
Yeah. But that's so cool. And we were talking about outside. I was like, even me, I just never really put 2 and 2 together because my dad being in radio.
Yeah.
That, and then me with a microphone in front of my face a lot of the time.
Yeah. There's so much that gets passed on in DNA more than just, your looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fascinating.
Yeah. And people think that it is like, maybe not everybody, but like there's some people think that it is just like, your looks or stuff like that. But yeah, like there are things that like, that kind of just like that intertwine within the DNA, I feel like.
Sure.
Like wanting to, maybe, maybe they wanted to be brewers, but they ended up being barrel makers.
Yes. I've read
and now you're the brewer.
About, trauma getting passed on through DNA. All of a sudden you're scared of something that you've never been scared of before, but there was something traumatic that happened to your parents in the past. But that also applies to passions.
Yeah.
Maybe I was supposed to make beer instead of websites.
There it is. Yeah, it's in your DNA.
Yeah.
There
Awesome.
it is.
I like beer, so
it
works
great.
out for me.
Oh, I mean, and you got, I have two of them next to me, two great ones, so.
Thank you. If you're going to make beer, make it the way you want to drink it.
Exactly. And one thing I love, like, with brewers too, it's like when they because obviously there's times it's a business, right? So there's money, obviously a ton of money involved, but the ones that are like, if it's not quality, I don't want to put it out.
Exactly.
And
I think Founders has one of the best slogans.
Yeah.
Beer brewed for us. That's not a selfish statement.
Yeah.
It sounds selfish, but if they're not going to drink it, why would they even put it out?
Exactly.
I kind of have the same thing. That's sure I'm like styles that I wouldn't normally drink, but if I'm not going to drink it after I made it, I'm not putting it out.
Exactly.
If I'm not proud of it, I'm not putting it out.
Even
if it's a pickle sour.
But kudos to you though, because like I said, there's times when like breweries out there, and I get it because it's money, like the money, like that's money down the drain,
right?
Like figuratively and literally,
yeah.
So like when you're willing to take that loss because you don't want to put something out that you're not proud of, I feel like that's really like that's something more people should aspire to.
Yeah. If you're going to do something outside your comfort zone, do it so well that you enjoy it.
Yeah. And it won't go unnoticed either.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've heard so many people say that they can taste passion in my beer. I'm like, what does that taste like?
Yeah.
But it's a reoccurring word.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's awesome, I guess. Yeah.
They're like, oh, it tastes like an 18-hour brew day.
Right, yeah. How do you taste passion?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
There it is, man. Okay, the next one, I know this is a loaded question because I know we got top 5 bands earlier, but like your Mount Rushmore of breweries for you.
Ooh, Mount Rushmore of breweries.
I'm assuming Dogfish Head's probably going to be on there.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were a staple in as far as changing the game back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing Alanis Morissette in the background. Right
yeah,
now.
It happens. Yeah.
I've always been a huge fan of Mickler, and he doesn't have. Well, no, he does have a brewery.
Mm-hmm.
He was a gypsy brewer that just went around to different breweries and ate his thing at different breweries.
Yeah,
I always respected that. That guy was a math teacher.
Yeah,
and he's like, I can make phenomenal beer. I don't have a brewery. Let's travel the world and make it elsewhere.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to collab with him, but I mean, Cantillon is like the echelon for me.
Yeah,
True Wild Sours hold dear in my heart, man. But let's just go to Europe and brew Weinstefan.
Yeah, there it is.
I don't know. That's I might have to spend a year thinking about that question.
No, I mean, I say it's a loaded question. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
Although Cigar City, again, Florida
Mm-hmm.
brewery, that changed the game for Florida and made all those Florida boys realize what beer could be.
Yeah, that's great, man.
So Wayne Wombles, shout out to you. We've met. We've never brewed together.
Yeah. Well, there it is. That's got to be the collab brew.
Yeah. He's in South Carolina now.
Okay.
He's got a small little brewery like this. I believe it's called Sphinx and something like that.
Okay.
It's named after his dogs.
All right.
Yeah.
Love that.
He's in like the Asheville area. Yeah. Phenomenal beer.
Okay.
So he's back to making beer on a small scale like me, but just crushing it.
That's great.
Yeah. Griffin and Sphinx. I think that's what it's called. Griffin and Sphinx.
Okay. Love that. And
cheers, Wayne.
Boy, I'll do cheers to Wayne. There you go.
Yes, sir. That guy knows how to make beer.
I've never been to South Carolina. I've been to North Carolina a few times because my sister used to live out there.
Did I say South Carolina? I think he's in North Carolina.
Oh, is he in North Carolina? Oh, either way.
I don't get to take vacations. I don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, you're busy. I do. You're a one-man army. But yeah, I remember like going out there the first time, like just trying to find any type of craft beer. But this was like in 2012-ish.
Okay.
So I think that was the last. No, maybe it was like 2014 was the last time I was out there.
Yeah.
But I would always try to find like a local spot that had maybe a local brew or stuff like that. And when you can, just to support, right? I mean, anything we can do to support. And that's like going to jump into my next question. Like if you were going to give advice to someone that wanted to get into the industry, what would you say?
In this industry now, go for
broke?
Well, no. I mean, I don't want to use the word oversaturated.
But it is in a sense.
Well, there's still so much. But so back before the Prohibition, there was more breweries than we have now.
Yeah.
They were on every block.
Yeah.
They were small, they were quaint, they were a neighborhood brewery. Prohibition shut it down, and we were left with 3 in the entire country. And they got by making freaking ice cream and butter and cheese or something until it was repealed. And then they came out, the big dogs, after that. And it took, 50, 60 years for a resurgence of breweries to happen after Jimmy Carter, legalized homebrew. And then the bug came back in the 70s. And 20 years later, now people are open breweries again.
Yeah.
And now we're in 2025, and there's thousands of breweries, but we're still not back to what it used to be. But the industry is changing because the new generation doesn't like to drink, or they prefer seltzers, or right now I'm hearing mocktails and THC drinks are where it's at. I had to buy some mocktails the other day just to keep them behind the bar.
Yeah.
I haven't tried the THC drink thing yet because I like to drink more than one.
Yeah.
And that seems like a one beer kind of thing. So if somebody wanted to get into the industry right now, I would say just pay attention to the trends, try to predict the future, but make quality shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you make
whatever it is.
Yeah, when you make quality product, but you're right though about because it's almost like, not to say that craft beer is like a niche market, but I mean, just because of the fact that there's so many people out there that that aren't drinking as much as they used to.
Yeah, it's cool to be sober these days for the young generation, and that's great. I'm not knocking for that, but
not at all.
I like money.
Yeah,
buy a beer, dude.
Yeah, no, and that's what I would say. I always say support local, drink local, and find your beer.
Yeah,
but if you can just get out there and try stuff. I feel like COVID fucked a lot of shit up too, because people would love to come out and go to their local place, and now they're like, oh, I can just go buy the beer and not have to, go hang out. And it's man, but it's so, but you're missing out on the human element when you do that,
right?
When you go to a brewery and you do that, you can hang out with somebody, you can have a conversation. You don't have to. You just forget about life. People have tough lives or they're going through something. But if you can go to a brewery and forget about something just for a little bit, then
the beauty of a brewery tap room is you can get a quality beer, but you can have a quality conversation, whether it's the person sitting next to you or the bartender that's just really good at being a social butterfly. And before you know it, a couple hours have passed. You're exchanging numbers.
Yeah.
You're talking about, whatever show or whatever, topic is important. And the next day you're like, damn, I want to do that again.
Okay.
Or let me get a 6-pack of that to
go. There it is.
Yeah.
2 more things, and because I know I keep kind of going on because I keep thinking of more things to talk to you about.
Sure.
Locals, also because you guys have food here.
Yeah.
What if someone's going to come in and get a beer? What would you say? Oh, order this.
Pizza is what most people come here for.
Okay.
We do traditional Neapolitan style pizza.
Okay.
We use the world's best mozzarella from Grande mozzarella, house-made sauce, very meticulously made dough.
Love it.
It took 15 months of construction to get open, so that 15 months my kids suffered with all the pizza tests I put them through and learned my house oven doesn't get hot enough.
They were like, I don't want pizza anymore, Dad.
Yeah, pretty much. They love the pizza now, but they went through some grilling tests. We do have sandwiches as well. We're about to launch some new menu items, put out a new menu, but pizza is what is... Everybody says we have the best pizza in town. Every pizza place says that.
Yeah.
But you got to try it to believe it.
Okay.
So,
and I always love to ask you, locals only. So, obviously, craft beer is always wanting to support one another, stuff like that. What are some other local places that we can go to that, they have someone's in the area?
Sure.
Oh, I think she's, I thought maybe she was calling you.
There's so many great breweries around here. If you want to stay in Seminole County, big shout out to Diaz Brothers Brewing. Love those guys. If you want to be in Orange County, Sideward Brewing makes some great stuff. Very, very good shit.
That's one place I wanted to check out because I saw them on Instagram and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go there Sunday.
Garrett's a solid brewer.
Okay.
Nothing bad ever comes out of that place.
Love it.
Man, I feel like I'm betraying my brothers by forgetting so many names right now because there's so many, man. So many good ones. There's been a lot of fallen soldiers as well. RIP to so many local breweries that were great, but they had to close.
Yeah.
I feel that, when I see a friend pursue his dream and make it and then have to close. I'm just like heartbroken.
That's rough, man.
Yeah. Ravenous Pig.
Okay.
That's a great one. They're in Winter Park. That could be Orange County. Sometimes it's Seminole County.
No, you're good. The one thing I want to ask, because the one thing I love to ask, because I'm always looking for the best burger in any place.
It's not at a brewery. It's literally half a mile. Oh, that's the funny story.
Okay, here we go.
It's in the original location.
Okay.
Where I started brewing. It's called Juicy Burgers and Wings and is hands down the best burger I've ever had.
Okay.
Triple smash burger to your face. In the original location I started brewing.
There
Bob
it is.
Ross's old painting studio.
I was going to ask. I was like, can you tell that story?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So yeah, when we decided to open a brewery, we were looking at several places and came across this tiny little 900 square foot house looking building behind a massage parlor. And it had a floor drain. So we're like, cool.
Yeah, sweet. This is the one.
Apparently it was Bob Ross's painting studio or where he learned how to paint or something like that. But after the 12th or 15th customer came and told me the same story that Bob Ross used to paint in here, I'm like, okay, there has to be validity to this story that I thought was just a rumor.
Yeah.
And looked into it and it was legit. So to an homage to Bob Ross, we painted a zombie Bob Ross painting happy little brains in the bathroom. And one day someone took a picture of that and put it on the internet and it went viral. So our bathroom was famous. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
But yeah, that building is my favorite burger joint right
Love
now.
it.
They're crushing it, man.
That's great.
They're crushing it.
Yeah. Anytime I go anywhere, I'm always like, all right, what's the best burger in that place?
Yeah.
Like, well, and this is going to sound like whatever, but when I went to Dallas, I'm sure we blasphemy from the people that live in Texas, but I tried Whataburger and I was like, it was fine. Like the first though, so I because I'm also the kind of person like maybe it was just a bad day.
Whataburger came to Florida, or at least Central Florida, and made it 6 months before.
Oh, gone?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
can't
gonna talk shit, but
yeah, I can't wait to rub it in some of my coworkers' face because they're all from Texas.
Burger's my favorite food.
Oh, same, man. If I could eat a burger every day, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably can't, but I mean, it's probably not healthy. I mean, I could, but it's probably not healthy.
It's the perfect food. You got the starch, you got the meat, you got the veggies, you got the fruit.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
got
so
the
for me,
dairy.
just meat and cheese. Just get that meat somewhere. I would say in or around my mouth.
All right, you got to get juicy burgers after this.
I'm gonna have to try that for sure. Well,
Awesome.
but I'm probably gonna have to try a pizza though.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, last question. And this is, I only added this question a few months back, and this was because of Daniel from Beer Paper, like Beer Paper LA.
Okay.
And he told me, he's like, this is how you end every interview. He's all, ask the person, if you had to describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Ooh. Not. No. Passionate.
Yeah.
That's it.
Love that.
Yeah. I was going to say drunk, but not yet.
Nah, been there.
No, passionate.
Yeah. Mine is drive.
Yeah, there you go.
And just wanting to, like, no matter what.
You can't have drive without passion, right?
Exactly. You have to want, or you have to have that want in life.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that want, or you don't have, like, that thing in you, or say you don't even got that dog in you.
Yeah.
you gotta,
It doesn't matter if it's making a beer or cutting the grass.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that grass looks fucking good.
Yeah. You want to do your best no matter what you're doing.
For sure.
And if you're willing to do that, you're going to make it in life. It's just a matter of finding what that thing you're supposed to be doing is.
Yeah.
And clearly it sounds like, or it feels like, and it tastes like you have.
If I can have a beer while doing it, cool.
Yeah. Right on, man. Well, everybody, if you're listening, or wherever you're listening, if you're in the Orlando area, or I think from the airport, it took me about 40 minutes, but I mean, it's like, Lake Mary, is it Sanford, Longwood, any of these areas.
Yeah, you can take the Sunrail right here.
Yeah.
The train stops right at the brewery.
There it is. You owe it to yourself to come down here. It's off of Ronald Reagan Drive, and
we're on Ronald Reagan. We're close to 434.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you owe it to yourself to come down here, have some beers. I mean, shit, I had the Jump Tree, I had the Czech, I Love You Dude, and the Standard Classic, and this is the
Jump Tree as well.
This one.
Oh, that one's Dank Up the System.
Dank Up the System. I've had 4 beers. I'm probably gonna have a couple more, and I can't tell you enough. You got to come down and try it. I've never had these beers before, and they're all fantastic.
Cheers, bud.
So cheers to that.
So definitely thank you again, Sky, for coming down. Not me, for letting me come down.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming by, dude.
And I'm always grateful to the people in the industry because everybody's so welcoming and everybody just wants, to help each other and stuff like that. So it's great.
That's the beauty of beer.
Yeah. Well, cheers, brother. Appreciate you. And we'll probably going to grab a pizza and another beer in a sec.
Hell yeah.
Cheers. Come on down, everybody. Tap fam.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yo, what's up, y'all? My name is Ashley. I am the head beer tender here at Alestone Brewing. Just want to let you know the best beer that you'll ever have is an IPA, and I'm an IPA girly. It's called Pelican Nightmares. Please come by and get it. Second best is going to be Jump Tree. Let's go.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, it was the Bob Ross story was awesome, but it was just a great time hanging out with Sky and getting to meet Ashley as well. Like I said, they have great food over there, great beer, just a great vibe, right? And it's Florida. It's like, and it was such a beautiful night too. Because I got there. I think I got to the brewery right around 3:30-ish, right around there. Maybe it's 4:00. But yeah, we hung out for 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. I can't remember how long I was there, but it was just a great time. And this guy's a great person. He cares so much about the beer, the product, and and for the industry. So those are the people I always want to support. So yeah. And also thanks to Ashley, for doing that part on the end. I know sometimes I'll ask a beer tender here or there, to say, hey, do you want to jump on? Some people don't really want to do it, but thank you, Ash, for doing that. But all right, you know what time it is. It's time to throw it out to Art at GABF. Let's go.
This is Art with LA Brew Life, and we're reporting exclusively for the Taproom podcast with Mike. And we're on location in Denver, Colorado for GABF. And first off, I just want to say thank you to Mike. He puts on a show every single week, and he works hard at it. And to show you the power of the show, we were at Beer Stop the other day, and we ran into Ian McCall from ISM. And the reason why I know about Ian is because of the show. He was a former guest. So thank you, Mike. Yesterday, we went to the Alpha King Challenge. Now, Alpha King Challenge is supported or sponsored by Yakima Chief Hops. And their goal is to find the hoppiest beer in the world. And one of the criteria is actually the beer has to be 60 IBUs and above. So hoppy beers, we're talking West Coast, we're talking some doubles and some other types of IPA. So very, very good beer, very talented people. There was about 300 people in this room. So hopefully my mic's picked it up right. I apologize if it's not as clear, but again, there was so many people in the room, but it was fun. Very nice people in there. Obviously very talented brewers. The first one was Will Perry from False Idol Brewing out of North Richland Hills, Texas, I believe. The next guy was Bobby Diaz from Odd Views Brewing Company, who's also very nice. And the third was actually a former guest of the Taproom podcast. It was Cody Sherwood. So ran into him. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the interviews. They were pretty quick. Again, this is Art with LA Brew Life, reporting exclusively for the Taproom podcast. Enjoy.
Hey, man. I'm Will Perry. I'm the head brewer of False Idol Brewing. We're out of North Richland Hills, which is essentially Fort Worth. And we entered into Alpha King. This is our third year now. The first year, we were super lucky. We were able to get the inaugural year of Jesse's Picks medal. Okay. Which is essentially kind of like a fourth place. Yeah. And then, but, it's a win. So we were really ecstatic. Right. And then we sent the same beer last year, but this year we decided to change it up. Huh? And we sent a new beer called the Zenith. So the Zenith is it's a double West Coast IPA. It's got a pretty hefty hop tip of Idaho 7 Dynaboost. Okay. And then pretty heavily dry hop with Citra, Simcoe, and Strata. Nice. So not reinventing the wheel by any stretch, but there's a reason those hops are famous because they're bangers. They're great hops. Right. Yeah. So we're pretty small brewery. We're COVID babies. We started brewing in 2020. Tough times during that time. So, if you guys are still out, it shows that you guys make great beer. If you guys survive that, I mean, something seems to be working. We're still open and we're still growing every year. Yeah, that's been a good thing for us. We got a Tinville brew house. Okay, we're not big. We don't grab out of distribution, mostly locally, but we'll do some drops. Like we have beer in Colorado right now, and We send some to Chicago like once or twice a year. And we, we're at about around 1,500 barrels a year.
Wow.
So we have skeleton too. It's me, Derek here, and we got Thomas, who's back home right now. It's just the three of us. Just cranking out beers and having fun. And
Nice. Well, it's always quality over quantity, right? So we haven't announced the winner here yet, but I want to wish you good luck in the competition.
thank you very much.
And thank you for talking with us. Good luck.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much.
Thank you. All right. As Mike says, and we're back. And we're here with Bobby Diaz from Muse Brewing. Bobby, tell us about the beer you submitted. And first of all, tell us where your brewery's from, and then the beer you submitted.
Sure, for sure. So we're Muse Brewing, and we are in far north Dallas. So, yep, if you're familiar with Dallas, it's really pretty much on the north side. But we submitted for Alpha King. We sent in a 8.5% West Coast IPA. We used Mosaic, Nelson, and Motueka. That's what it was. Sorry, I couldn't remember. But we got the Nelson and Motueka from a hop farmer out of New Zealand who came to visit us, and they're pretty fire. So we're excited about it.
Oh, nice. All right, very cool. How long have you entered beer at Alpha King?
So this is our first year entering beer here. Yep.
Very good.
Yep. So we'll see. We don't have our hopes up, but it's pretty good competition. So
Did you also enter beers at GABF?
we did. We think we sent 5 to GABF. So what's
Very
funny
good.
enough is we didn't actually submit this beer to GABF. So that'll be cool. If it wins, we don't really have our hopes up though.
Very cool. Well, we're about to announce the winner here.
Excellent.
Good luck
Thank you.
this competition and GABF.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thank you so
talking with
much.
us.
No, absolutely. My pleasure.
Cody Sherwood from Wichita Brewing Company and Less Hate More Lager podcast. Here at Alpha King actually for the first fucking time ever. This is amazing. This is incredible.
Yeah.
I have no idea this thing existed until like 2 years ago. This is great. IPAs come second to lagers, but still, IPAs are the best.
And you've actually been on the Taproom podcast with Mike.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Money Mike. Yeah, dude.
Very
I love
cool.
Money Mike. Is this what this is for?
Yeah, this is
Oh, shit.
He asked me to come here.
Dude, Mike, I love you, dog.
With LA Brewer, but he asked me to do some interviews for him.
Yeah.
You want to give a message to Mike?
Dude, Mike, I love you. I'm coming to San Diego. Oh, wait. No, he's from LA.
Yeah.
I'm coming to San Diego late December. I might pop up to LA. Me and Money Mike have some lagers.
Have you been coming to Alpha King?
No, this is my first Alpha King ever.
My first
Like I
time.
said, I heard about it about 2 years ago, and I am here now, and this is absolutely insane. I had no idea this existed. And
A bunch of amazing brewers in one room.
no hazies. Hazies suck.
No, sir, man, a bunch of brewers in one room. So
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Oh, I thought you said hazy beers. I'm like, no.
Well, thanks, Cody, for talking with us.
For sure, dude. Thanks for having me. Mike, I love you, dude.
I'll hit up Mike right now, too. So
Yeah.
take a picture and send it to him right now.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother.
All right. So I hope you enjoyed those quick interviews. And I just want to say a quick, big shout out to Derek from False Idol Brewing. He's actually the guy, I met him first. He didn't want to come on because he was a little nervous, but very nice guy. But he's the one who introduced me to the people who were there. He brought them over. I mean, obviously there was a lot of people there, so he helped out a lot. Shout out to Derek from False Idol Brewing. And later on, we actually went to our first session of GABF, and we ran into the winner of the Alpha King Challenge, Brett Thomas, out of Sun River Brewing in Oregon. So shout out to him. I posted it. So congratulations to him. It was a prestigious award. Hope you guys like this. Keep listening to the Taproom podcast, and see you next time.
All right. Thanks, Art, for doing that, man. I always appreciate you. That's what this industry is all about. Helping each other out, getting stuff done, right on, and drinking quality beer. So, yeah, another JIBF comes and goes, right? But I hope everyone had a blast out there. I wish I could talk about every winner out there. I mean, that would probably be a whole episode within itself. But again, everybody, kudos to you for, making the trip out there and, for everyone that won and everyone being a part of it. So, all right. Next week's episode is I got to talk with Des Madrid from the Buds, Brews, and Booze podcast. She's one of my buddies, and she does an episode every week. She's awesome. She just recorded with Radiant recently, so she got to him before I did. Dang it, Des. I'm just kidding. No, super happy for her, and it was fun. Like, I got to go like sit on her show, be on her show. I think that'll be out in like 2 weeks. I think it's the 24th. I think it is. I think that's what she told me. So I'm stoked about that. I'll be definitely obviously promoting it. But yeah, it was just super easy. And even like the conversation that her and I had, it was like for this episode, for this show, for the Taproom, it was, I think we went like an hour and a half maybe. Like, but it just like, I don't think I maybe looked at my some notes I had maybe like twice. Other than that, it was just a fun, easy conversation. We had some beers, reviewed a couple beers. We had a couple beers on her episode. So we were, it was a fun time. And shout out to her wife, Mary. It was, she pretty basically was the engineer on this one. So she did a great job. So, all right. Well, let's see, I'm going to be recording with they're back. AJ and John. The Beer Belly Pod are coming back on. I don't know why. I guess that rhymed. And then I'm trying to schedule an episode. I'm trying to schedule some stuff with Mars right now. Also trying to schedule some stuff with Jess. Like she's from Ogo Pogo, but she also works at, oh gosh, I can't think of the other brewery. I'll think of it later. But she's like all over this industry. So she's awesome. Looking forward to that. Then also planning I want to say, I can't remember what day it is. I'm trying to plan an episode with the Brew Witches. I have to look at my calendar. I was talking to one of them, Tiff, about it, but we're going to get that on the books soon. So yeah, that's going to happen. The 25th, I'm going to be down in San Diego. I'm going to be recording with Taproom Beer Co. and then Paul from another brewery. So that should be pretty good. So I'm going to record 2 episodes that day. So it's going to get a little wild over here, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to make some breakfast, go hang out over at Level Up, which next week is his anniversary. So if you motherfuckers haven't been over there, you need to go. It's the anniversary, the 1 year anniversary for Luis. You got to get over there. And when I say motherfuckers, I say that with love. All right. So don't come back at me. Okay. But yeah, I'll be over there today. I'm going to have some beers and yeah, you guys got to get over there. Do it. Over there. A little Mortal Kombat action. All right. Time to shut up. Time to go get some shit done. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. Enjoy some football, enjoy some beer, or enjoy whatever the fuck you want. If you want some spicy nuggets from Wendy's, go get yourself some spicy nugs. All right? Well, and don't forget, when you do that, don't forget to support local, drink local, and find your beer. Cheers.